moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouazizi only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouazizi...
We are throwing the focus on a... Hello, and welcome to Focus on Liberia. I am Anthony, your presenter. Today, we are throwing the focus on a stunning political confession that has shaken Liberian public discourse and reopened a wound that many hoped would quietly close. A man who wants to become the next representative of Montserrado County District 8 has stepped forward, not with a campaign promise, but with a public admission of political betrayal. His name is Byron Brown, a declared aspirant for the District 8 legislative seat in Montserrado County. And what Brown has confessed is not ordinary political candor. It is a reckoning, raw and unfiltered, that cuts to the heart of how Liberia's political class has operated. In his own words, Brown declared, "Because of hate, and we wanted to bring a group of organized, sophisticated, hungry Unity Party thieves to power, we lied to the American government. We lied how an innocent man like George Weah was killing auditors, selling drugs, and stole $16 billion. He continued, "We were radicalized by these current sophisticated rogues." And he sealed it with a political declaration, "Weah is coming back 2029. Let those words settle for a moment. This is not secondhand reporting. This is not a leaked document. This is not a rumor circulating in the corridors of power. This is a self-declared aspirant to the Liberian legislature, standing before God and country, voluntarily announcing that he and others deliberately fed false intelligence to the United States government. The goal was to destroy a man's reputation and remove him from the presidency. A foreign government was fed fabricated accusations that a sitting Liberian president was murdering auditors and trafficking narcotics. The goal was not to protect Liberia. It was not whistleblowing. It was political hatred. It was the deliberate weaponization of foreign power against a domestic political opponent. The Liberian proverb says it with precision: the same mouth that eats pepper will one day feel the heat. Byron Brown appears to have arrived at exactly that moment. The heat is here. And it is not simply the heat of personal guilt. It is the heat of historical consequence, because what Brown has confessed reveals a coordinated political operation. Let us be clear about the full weight of what is being admitted here. George Weah was not merely a political opponent who lost an election through the normal contest of ideas. According to Byron Brown's own confession, Weah was the target of a deliberate disinformation campaign engineered by people inside Liberian opposition circles. Killing auditors, drug trafficking, $16 billion in theft. These are the kind of charges that invite sanctions, travel bans, and criminal investigations under international law. If Brown is telling the truth, he is saying that the American government's posture toward President Weah was built at least in part on fabricated evidence supplied by Liberian political actors. And he names those in power today not as reformers or patriots, but as organized, sophisticated, hungry thieves who radicalized him into committing this act of political treachery. This confession raises questions that cannot be allowed to quietly disappear. Who exactly was involved in this operation? Brown uses the word "we" throughout his statement. He does not confess alone. He confesses as a member of a group. Who are the others? Are they still in government today? Are they positioned to once again shape Liberia's foreign relationships? What specific communications were made to American authorities? Through what channels? What agencies received this fabricated intelligence? What legal exposure does this confession create, both in Liberia and under American law? Deliberately providing false information to influence foreign policy carries potential criminal dimensions. The South African consciousness leader Steve Biko warned that the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. In this case, the weapon was turned inward. Liberians used the machinery of a foreign superpower against their own president and their own people. They handed a foreign power a loaded gun and pointed it at the house they claimed to love. Brown also uses this confession as a launching pad to call on the American government to drop charges against Senator Nathaniel McGill and his brother Jefferson Koigi. This is a remarkable pairing of statements. In one breath, he admits to lying to the American government. In the very next, he appeals to that same government for mercy. The logic deserves the most serious scrutiny. If foreign interference built
to seditions, how do you attempt to respond to that?
Prince, it's obvious. You see, they say picture speaks 1,000 words. Again, I go back to what I just said. When you look at Jonathan Widow's, who did they favor? As a matter of fact, he even contradicted next results. All of there you go. Who did they favor? It only favored Bouaka at the time. So with him coming back as the original boss, sitting on the chair, who does that favor, Prince? So we are not going to say supine and just say, oh no, it's another appointee of real slave, he got to be confirmed. But we are not going to say that and just allow that without doing nothing. Prince, this man is bringing chaos to our country. This is all recipe for major disasters in our country. This is what this guy is doing. This guy will not even give, look, Prince, I hate to sound this way. Maryland will go 45% for CDC. This guy will change it. You can see right through him. Before NEC announced the major results, 2023, this guy was already, this thing you are seeing here, you're about to watch. So now tell me, you think Bouaka and this guy will be fair to the Liberian people? But I'm happy that these things are happening now because, like I said, we know where to grab, where to hold, where to pull when we're taking the fight. That's why I like what we are doing as diaspora Liberians. Seditions, by the way, we are calling all the offices that this is what is going on. Because when we read it, nobody will tell us we're taking the laws into our hands. Prince, who can't tell us it? Now we are sending all of the letters. Where's the American embassy? What are the different organizations within Liberia? Are people afraid to speak? For this kind of man to punch our country into chaos? Prince, why I digress said, this guy cannot be trusted. And I don't even trust this. I don't want to hate him, but yeah, I can't trust this guy.
My brother Leo, and to, the audience, I want to agree with you. And I want to thank all of us for the way we are pounding this particular government with the facts and true information. I refer to these happenings as early warning sign.
Yeah.
And it's good for us to just follow your trend. It's good for us. In less than 24 hours, the government has been pressured to expose and disclose their nefarious plans and their clandestine operation for 2029. This is what is happening. No, don't get this wrong, my people. This is what is happening. We must be grateful as patriotic Liberians. Seditions, Weations, whatever it is, we must be grateful that these people, we have been able to exert enough pressure on them to do what we call early confession of their diabolic plan for 2029.
Exactly.
That's what we have been able to do. I want to say kudos to all of us, especially those of us that are using the time to always come on our Facebook, to post, to comment, to, do whatever we can do. This is something that is worth commending for all of us because it means that the pressure is on. Look, what we heard from the NEC boss, from how you call Joseph Numa Bouaka, the executive mansion. What we are hearing from these people around CSA boss and all these other people, it is what we call an early warning sign to tell us that, look, this is what we will do.
Yeah.
These were plans that these guys were keeping to ensure that it's fulfilled last minute to time, so that at the end of the day, when people react, it's all people reacting.
Yeah.
But thank God that they are exposing themselves. And these are the things that we must be able to look at and say kudos to ourselves. Because it means that we are working beyond and above to ensure that we keep our country secure and safe.
Yes. Yes.
All of the things that we are seeing happening, these are all early warning signs of how these people will deploy these kind of diabolic means to be able to subdue the Liberian people from exposing what is happening in government.
And Prince,
I
just
want
to
to welcome my brother Frank.
let me welcome Frank here. But just to add to what you were saying, right, Prince, look around the country. Look around the country, Liberia. Everything that should go wrong is going wrong.
Again, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we want to use this occasion to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you who continue to remain very supportive to what we do here. We want to say thank you so much. We are celebrating our 1 million views. And the reason why we are celebrating it and we continue to celebrate our progress is not to boast in the fact of what we are doing as an individual, but it's to celebrate all of us collectively. If today we can have 1 million views in 8 months consistently, every month 1 million people view, every month 1 million people view, every month 1 million people view, for the last 8 months, as we have received the notification from Facebook, which I show you some days ago, last week. I want to keep celebrating you, because the reason why the view continue to increase is because of you. There are some of you who are here, you are critical of what we say, what we do. You come, you comment, you put your own feelings into your comments. But at the end of the day, it is proving that people are listening and listening to the facts. So for those of you who disagree with us, we want to say thank you for your disagreement, because that's what the platform is for. We are not going to censor the view of anybody relative to what we do. No, we're not going to do that. The only thing we continue to urge our people to do is, please, just be civil. You don't have to agree with me, but again, you don't have to insult me. I don't have to insult you in order for us to get our points across. You can get your point across without insult. And the reason why we got this platform void of insult is because this platform is too big to contain or to be seen as, a surrogate platform that will insult people. It's too big for that. Let me share a personal story with you. I wrote it today. Coming up as a child, I used to like being with my mother, especially when she's in the kitchen cooking. I used to like that portion of, I used to like it. Because I know that there's always going to be a reward for me. And what used to happen is that, especially when I'm in the kitchen with her, I know that at the end of the day, after finishing cooking, the cross and the super, that one is for me. With the exception of my rights, what they will give me. So the cross part and the super, forget it. That me get it. So sometimes when I finish whacking that one in our Liberian way, when I finish eating that one, I know definitely I will preserve my main food for other during the evening, because it is not like we live in a home where in the morning we get breakfast, dinner, supper. No. They cook for you that one time you eat. Any other thing now, maybe, in the evening time, big brother or into cooking, or so something like that. So one time they will cook for you. That one, when they load up that bowl, it load up. You will eat it for morning, for afternoon, and for evening. So I know that when I eat my cross, something is going to be kept for me. So I will always there. And my late mother used to always say this to me. She said, my son, look around. Are you seeing me with any bank account? Are you seeing me with any money back in a horse? Are you seeing me with any mansion around the place or big car? And I will say no. Then she will say to me, she said, what I have, I don't have money. I don't have riches. I don't have big mansions, properties, and every other thing to live with you. But what I am giving you is what that is going to give you the mansion, the big cars, and everything that you want in this life. She said, I am giving you value. I am putting in you value, good morals. Especially when I do something when she whipped me. Then later she will call me and say, can't say that. Then these are the advices that she will be giving me. She said, look, I am doing this not because I hate you, but I'm doing this because I want to infuse in you good morals. Because for me, I have lived my life. I'm on the way going. I will soon be leaving you. And I did not understand what she was talking about. She said, I'll soon be leaving. I thought maybe she would travel somewhere and stuff like that. She said, I will soon be leaving. But when I leave, the only thing that will be able to keep you people, the only thing that will be able to push you out there, the thing that will make people to respect you, the thing that will make you to ride your own car, the thing that will make you to get houses and mansion, which I did not leave for you. She said that for you to be truthful to people, that for you not to lie, that for you to be very honest with people. Anything that people tell you to do, be very honest in doing it. If they say do the wrong thing, tell them say no. If that the right thing, do it. Don't learn how to lie to people. Let your truth be your truth. Even if they put knife to your throat, tell them what is right. Tell them the truth. Even if it will cause them to beat you, let them know that what you are saying is the truth. Never compromise the truth for anything. She always used to tell me. She said, at the end of the day you compromise the truth, the day you stop telling what is right and doing wrong, that day your own life finish. I didn't understand. She said that day your own life finish. So as I grew up, I get to understand that she was saying that, look, you must be somebody of value. It doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter what you are offered, but never compromise your value for any material thing, because your value, your moral, what is in you is worth more than millions of dollars. And I want to say this to you that is listening to me today. As we are celebrating Mother's Month, Mother's Day, or Mother's Week, or Mother's, however you're going to call it, some of the things that people left with us, that value, that good moral, good respect, saying the truth, be honest, be trustworthy. Do not compromise that trustworthiness because you want to make another person in front of you to feel fine. Do not try to be who you are not. Always make sure that you keep onto your values, onto your morals, onto who you are. There are some people that do not have morals. So their parents left them with mansion. Guess what? Those mansions are in ruin today. There are people who do not have no value. They are not trustworthy. So at the end of the day, the properties or the mansion their parents left with them, because they were not, or they choose to just wave away from that moral. Guess what? They are selling those properties. They can't take care of it. They can't maintain it. Today, you will hear people saying, that guy clever, but hey, behavior not good. That guy know he well, but that guy can steal. That guy know what to do when it comes to the work, but that guy, he too rude. Do not be like that. It is the moral that our parents gave us that will live with us forever. All of these riches, they will pass away. All of them, they will definitely pass away. But the only thing that will remain with us and that will give us open doors, that our good morals that our parents left with us, our mothers. So please, cherish it. Be trustworthy. It doesn't matter what people will say about you, but be who you are. Do not change because of the circumstances and the condition around you. I know it is difficult. Let me tell you this. Look, I'm a Liberian, right? I know how difficult it is because our society does not celebrate you and myself who are honest. Society that we live in Liberia, they don't recognize those of us who are honest. Those of us who are honest, you know what people can say? Hey, the other member, you had to deal with. The other bopper, you had to deal with. The other girl, they had to deal with. When you hear Liberian men telling you, my man, that man had to deal with, that please carrying your document, that man had to deal with. It means that most of the time, that man is somebody who will not compromise value for anything. Even in a school, when you say, my man, our teacher, he had to deal with. This is a man who believes in principles. This is a man who believes that before he can give you the grade, you must work for it. It must not be on the basis or Oprah and that small thing here. So in school, you were here children, my man, had to deal with. These are teachers with values that they will not compromise the value, the ethical behavior, or the ethical or the moral character for any other thing. That's who we are. That's how we look at. So those of us who stand for the truth, those of us who decide to be uncompromising, you know what people say to us? Yeah, man, how to deal with that guy had to deal with. Those of us that will not allow money to persuade or dissuade us from the truth. We are always looked at as, people that, society do not regard. But society favor, society praise, and society gave crooks and criminals accolade. Society will celebrate liars, deceivers, crooks, criminals, people who should be behind bars. Society will celebrate them and call them heroes. And you and I, who are very uncompromising when it comes to the truth, you know how society will call us? Don't forget what I mean. But I want to say to you, do not allow the pressure or what you are looking at to change you. Continue to be who you are. Let that moral live with you. Don't feel bad. Well, because and then man, look at the other men living. Coming up in school, right? Some of the guardians that were very lousy. I mean, I don't noise maker or so, I'm not bad behavior, but some of the guys that were very lousy noise maker, these are the people that will attract. I mean, the girls, some of the girls, the funniest one. For those of us who are quiet, nobody see you in the play. Well, in classroom, in classroom, nobody know you, nobody see you. But the men who, grand men, they let cussing, they let doing that the people they can attract. But I want to leave this word with you. Do not compromise the value in you because of what people will say or because you want to gain favor from anybody. You don't have to compromise that value, that trustworthiness. Continue to be who you are. If man do not celebrate you, nature will celebrate you. The gods will celebrate you. Your ancestors will celebrate you. Your generation will celebrate you for who you are. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you, and we are here. Let me just use this occasion to welcome my lovely sister, Fatu Kanen. Thank you so much for joining us, Sis Fatu. Joining us there from Kakata, Magibi County. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much. I want to welcome my own brother, Zico. How are you, Chief? From the Zico TV there, we are working on something, but at the appropriate time, our people will get to know. Zico, I want to say you are highly welcome. Venetia's Junior Bar, I want to welcome you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a privilege. Emmanuel Bro, how are you, sir? I want to say thank you so much for the continuous support. If today we are having 1 million views consistently, it is people like you and many others who are sharing as I speak that is causing that to happen. So please, my people, I want you to do me a favor. As you are listening to me, please give me a thumbs up on the video. Give the video a thumbs up. Please send us some, love emojis, because these things will help to protect the video. So I'm begging you, give me some thumbs up, give me some love emojis. They will really, really help to save the video from reporting. I try to share, but Facebook is telling me that I am to some extent restricted. And one of the reasons why I restricted, because I know it's just going to be for a short while, people will report the video and Facebook will want to do an investigation. Facebook have this automatic algorithm that when people report the page, and now human being are saying now and saying they're looking at it. So the automatic security system will either try to restrict your video from going certain place, but at a certain time after doing their investigation, looking at the video, listening to it, then they will be able to free that bound that they put on it. So right now, that is the condition that I'm in. But I'm begging you, help me to hit the share button, share with friends, share with family members, share in the various groups, and let's have a wonderful time. You know, fellow Liberians, like I said today, we're going to talk on something very special that has to do with the recent unfolding in Liberia. And I will start from the issue of the Honorable Samuel D. Tuohy. I know that we had more than one people that were indicted or they were taken to court by the government. All of these people, they work in the previous government of His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah. We should want to say kudos to them. And they were taken to the court. But there is one person that these people were trying to indict. And they were very keen on. The reason is, if Honorable Samuel Tuohy were to be indicted, it was going to mean a lot for all of us as Seditians. The first thing is, it was going to validate the lies that these guys have told, that President Weah collected money in continuous 16 billion and carried to his house. All of these people who were present in the court, there is absolutely none that is very, very close to the CDC as an institution, to His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah, as compared to Samuel Tuohy. No, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that these other officials, they are not, or they weren't part of the government. They were part of the government. But I can say for sure, none of these people were very close to His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah. None of them were being accused and beaten upon like the way Samuel Tuohy was being accused and beaten upon. None of those individuals were placed on international sanction. None of them, with the exception of Honorable Samuel Tuohy. So what happened, fellow Liberian? For us, we don't celebrate it. Others that want to celebrate, fine, you can celebrate. I'm not stopping you from celebrating. But we will not celebrate. You know why we will not celebrate? I will tell you in this particular video. But let me first of all tell you how important it was, or how important it is, that Honorable Samuel Tuohy was vindicated by peers of his own. The government had indicted Samuel Tuohy already. Don't be deceived. Samuel Tuohy was already indicted by this government already. It was peers of his own that set him free and said no. You think why people like how you call or Steve Zago lost his job at immigration? This government is so ferocious. This government is so wicked, is so diabolic to the extent that they want to see one thing happening. All they want to do is they understand the Liberian mind. They understand Liberian mindset. So in Liberia, when a Prince Sheriff is placed in cuff, whether the man is guilty or not guilty, when they see him on your hand, oh man, our society is so much so that people will say the men are wrong. That's our society there for you. I'm in Liberia. I'm telling you about my society. In Liberia, once cuff is placed on your hand, they put handcuff on your hand, my brother, you guilty. People will render you guilty verdict. They will say you guilty even before they can take that cuff on your hand. Even if you are a free man, my brother, want to see you. Some people just run there. They say, oh, they put a man in cuff. They just run there. As soon as they go there, they see you in cuff. People will say, ah, that man, that roll. That man, and I ain't looking there. Oh, that man. They will now want to know about the aftermath. What become of it? Whether you go Jerusalem or you go on CNN or BBC to go clear your knee, they know. All they know is that, my man, the man in cuff, the man guilty. That's the kind of mindset of our people. So the party that we are dealing with, these people understand the mindset of the Liberian people. And that was the reason why Joseph Numa Boyka was fighting very hard to ensure that Honorable Samuel Tuohy is placed in cuff and taken to prison. Because by so doing, they would have validated that, yeah, the man is corrupt. They know that many people will not follow it religiously to say, no, let's do our own background investigation or let's listen to this case. And that was the reason why people like Steve Zago was taken off the job, because an order was given to Steve Zago that is completely unorthodox, that is completely unreasonable. That's what these guys did. They told Steve Zago that, no, Steve Zago, arrest the man. The communication was, look, when this man is coming in the country, he's off. Let him come. Because at the end of the day, he's coming to face court. But the communication said, when this man is going out, make sure that you stop him from going out. Let him be arrested when he is trying to escape. So when Steve Zago saw that communication and said, look, the man coming in the country, you arrest the man, put him in handcuff. Steve Zago said, no. And now what the communication saying? I will not spoil my name because of this. I will not bow to the whims and caprices of this government. I will not compromise integrity. I'm reading the document. The document is telling me that when this man is going outside, when that man tried to run away, hold him, catch him, put him in handcuff, carry him to the court, put him in jail. But that man coming to the country, this man is coming to his accuser. Why should I put him in cuff? And because of that, because Joseph Numa Boyka is evil, is devilish, and this man, the only thing he wants to accomplish is his desire. He look at Steve Zago and says, see, you know how I mean, man? Hey, you do no bull. You too clever, bad way. So say you clever, you gotta go sit down. So they sack him. They dismiss him because he refused what we call an illegal order. So that was the mindset of the guys. Let the man put him behind bar. We want to know what happened after. Just put the man behind bar. And because that did not happen, they got angry and they removed Steve Zago. They removed him. So the Unity Party had already found Honorable Samuel Tuah guilty of this particular act. If you don't know, that is the mindset. That's what these guys were trying to prove. These guys were trying to connect a dot that have never existed in our political history, because they believe that President Weah had always used Samuel Tuah. That's why he kept Samuel Tuah there. Used Samuel Tuah to gain him money. The plane where he bought, according to them, up to now we're looking for the plane. We can see it. They said President Weah bought plane, and the plane that he was using, that Samuel Tuah gave him the money to buy the plane. He used to call Samuel Tuah and say, my man, W, my man, give me some kind of lay $3.5 million. I want to go buy my shoes. Give me some kind of lay $10.8 million. I want to do this. So he was accused, and he was the government officials. These people discussed the case of Samuel Tuah as if Samuel Tuah was already in jail. We saw it around here. Oh yes, we saw it. So the government accused Samuel Tuah. It was peers of his own. It was people of his own status that sat there for long and looked in the case and said, but they think the government talking, you bring no case against them. We can see no facts. You see how the lie was able to permeate in our society. You see how these guys use lies to be able to indict innocent people? Look, if Honorable Samuel Tuah was going to be indicted by the court, this was going to be a proof of this so-called political sanction that was given to him. The first they're going to say, well, hey, my man, we've been telling you, say the people corrupt. And why they put a man on sanction? All the other people that they found guilty, which of them on sanction? No, which of them on sanction? So when we are speaking, it is not that, look, these people are also important. Some of them are also important. But we know that some of them were planted. Let me tell you this. I will tell you today on the show. I'll be very blunt today. We'll talk. Some of these people that you see on this, they were planted by people like, how you call H. Boyman family. H. Boyman family had a bag ball there. There was somebody who were there. H. Boyman family had a bag ball. He was using his bare box. One of them, I would not want to call name here, but one of them were even testifying against Samuel Tuah. One of them in the case, the government used him to testify against Samuel Tuah. And he was being influenced by how you call him H. Boyman family. H. Boyman family bag ball. H. Boyman man, go to the place there. So you were taking instruction for H. Boyman family, because in his mind, he believed that when you go and say these things, at the end of the day, he will be off the hook. He will be off the hook. So we know people that were planted by the regime in the system Who told you that? We didn't understand. Look, we know plenty of things were going on. Plenty of things were going on. Imagine the people who refuse. They say, take the case for you, carry to Buka matter. The truth is the truth. I don't care where you carry the case. Take the case and carry all the way to how you call the place. But you will still see the truth. But I want to welcome my brother Jake. Jake, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you and salute always and respect to the followers. You have to share this video. Yeah, sharing is free. Yeah, please have to share this video.
Yeah, my brother Jake. Sorry, you know the family. Yeah. So I want to say welcome again to you and thank you so much for.
Yeah, I know you are elaborating on the Samuel 12 story. You see a lot of. Let me say this here. You know me, I'm a sharpshooter. I care. The way the Unity Party beat the drum, everybody would dance it now to that tune, whatsoever they think. But listen, the former president faced a statement. He's telling everybody, fire for fire. Listen to me. I know you're a peace guy. It's time for Samuel 12 now, one of the funniest founder minister to ever exist in Liberia, in the modern time, to take the bull by the horn. It's time to take the Unity Party to court. I will break it down for him small. He shouldn't be afraid. Sanction on him, my gate. It's seen lie in the corridor. Listen, I tell you, this garden we need to hold this garden now. Let him flag it around the world. Then take them to court. We'll take them to the International Criminal Court in Europe. And you take them to court. I will tell you now, if anybody listen to me on the ad here, I live in Europe here. They got situation, they bring a lot of people to court here. They not bring government to court here. Let me just break one simple one down for Liberian people. They will go on YouTube, they will go anything. I said, we don't push propaganda here. I will say it. You know, Chonsu BBC for $1 billion. Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, he sued BBC for $1 billion. The case is on. Listen, let me break it down for the followers here. You know, during the election in America, when they say they stormed the Capitol, when the Democrats he made some kind of speech, they doctored his speech that was lie, not what he said, and they put it to the public. So the public believe a lot of time when Joe Biden won, when he had the Capitol riot, Donald Trump marched to the Capitol, and we're gonna shoot the riot time, the Capitol riot time when the Democrats were in power. Years they dub that tape, they take out a voice and they take different parts of secret together and they show it to the whole world because BBC around the whole world, BBC, CNN. So another guy leaked the story and they played a real clip. He sued them for $1 billion. I was speaking, BBC in serious trouble. I was remind Liberians again, I said it to the former president. Long time ago, but they don't overlook people. I remember a case, Jonathan Pelele, Liberian. He told BBC around the world that the was in the executive mansion. You can still remember that story. A lot of time on Twitter, I told the former president, I told some people in hierarchy of the former president.
Okay, so our brother Jake is having some technical issue. He will be back. Hello, Jake?
You can hear me now?
Yeah, now we're getting you. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we are getting you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, we are getting you. Yeah.
Okay. I told the president to sue BBC. Yeah, I told the president to sue BBC and Jonathan Pelele for millions of dollars for lying, for carrying that story. The whole government put it on the roll. Today, they should hold BBC accountable. Joey was going to receive huge millions of dollars. You could give it to a charity. Who say you can sue organization in the world. You can sue. They lie on Samuel Tuer. They lie. So it's now for Samuel Tuer to take the country to court. Now ECOWAS court. They got finance lawyer. Jones, the men are freeing. They got some top African lawyers in Europe, European lawyer, American lawyers. Then he spend his money, take them to court, take the whole country to court. They will pay millions of dollars for the lie on the man. Listen, priest, they wanted to turn this just ball repetition and destroy this guy and his family. That the main person they were targeting, there were two people that were targeting. Samuel Tuer and Nathaniel Magay. That the two people. You see, Liberians is falling in the corridor of the country. The powerful people at that time, they wanted to get rid of them. Samuel Tuer was facing the economy at that time, where they spoil on a watch, on 12 good years, it maintained the Liberian economy. Then Magay was spearheading everything. These guys decided to destroy these two people, how they were corrupt, this and that. They fabricated a lot of lies all over the corridor of the country. About 16 billion missing, 25 million mopping money, all that lies. Samuel Tuer need to take them to court, take the country to court, take the Unity Party worker to court. He shouldn't care. Fire for fire, take them to court. Let the international community know. I already told you they have been blackballed. Let it be blackballed more. Take them to court, a reality, prince. They wanted to destroy this man, his family. All of them were thinking they were jailed them for over 10 to 15 years. But see what happened? They had some kids down there, the capital building, the guys are still in prison for nothing. Everything that happened on the Unity Party, the wish hunting people, they won't govern the country. They won't govern the country. Joel never wish on nobody. That's why he saw you were developing the country. So praise Samuel Tuer need to take the Unity Party government to court in Europe and in America. I just put in it outside there. You need to take them to court. Highly respected me in West Africa and the international community. World Bank respecting. A lot of great monetary organizations respect this guy. Then the so-called Unity Party wouldn't get a span. That inflation all on our watch here. For 9%, now they get to 30% taxes. So there are door people, there are wish-hunting people all around the corridor. Somebody trying to take them to corporate. You can hear me?
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. You know, I want to say this on this particular issue, and we're going to spend some time here. Like I said earlier, and I want to welcome all of you, my brother Nyansi Masekwe, you are welcome. Ruth, how are you, Mama? Ruth Badio, thank you so much for joining us. What these guys wanted to prove is that the government is corrupt. Remember that Samuel Tuer served as the head. As the head when it comes to government disbursement. That Samuel Tuer read it. That's the branch of government that he controls. The
Yes.
Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance is responsible for disbursement of government funding, government resources. The people will go, they will write, the right check and give it and say, look, gave the other people money, gave the other people money. The central bank responsible to keep the money. That is the arm of the government in a simple way that they want to keep government money. So before money comes out or before money is given, it is the Ministry of Finance that will say, okay, yeah, after looking at auditing, yeah, okay, you're supposed to get this amount, that man's supposed to get this amount. So the mind of the Unity Party is that the reason why President we have put Samuel Tuer down there, so that Samuel Tuer can be giving money. Every time he calls, Samuel Tuer can give money. You see, look, my people, like we said from the beginning, look, this is, for me, I don't celebrate this because you have damaged the main character. It is about time that the Unity Party pay for this. We pay for it. They will pay for it. This is not up to Samuel Tuer to agree whether they will pay or they will not pay. Look, this is not about Samuel Tuer. I see Samuel Tuer as, in this case, as me. Because let idiot then honor here. Somebody say, I'm working to, how you call it, place, stove, fee oil. I don't know. But go and check your government record since how you call the 70s up to now. Go see whether you see my name. Are all working? Go and go see whether you see my name. But you see, that is the lie this Unity Party portrayed. Look, these people are vampires. You know, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said something, and I want to bring it here. Remember during Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's time, she said corruption is a vampire, corruption is a public enemy, and etc. You know who Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was referring to? We're not referring to the war corruption. Before corruption can be carried on, who can carry on? Now human being. Now human being can carry on. Madam Sirleaf was referring to people who carry on the act of corruption as vampires, as public enemies. Now, these are the real public enemies that we are seeing now. These are the real vampires we are seeing now, because these people are carrying out what we call a broad day corruption. Before you can hear of that word corruption, look, money don't just steal itself. That somebody will steal money, then they say, oh yeah, the system is corrupt. You can take a bunch of money and put it in a house. If you don't take $5 from there, unless it decay, unless maybe right there eat the money, but that money will never fly from there for itself and then go all other places.
So, Prince, I'm cutting you off 1 minute. I'm cutting you off. So tomorrow, when the CDC come to power, Mohoy's brother Gafwan for the $10 million mansion, I guess $10 million 4-year mansion, Moho Gafwan and seize all the property that what they talking about here, that what they trying to do now. Listen to me, Prince. And I'll tell you this. I will lay the blueprint. I'll get a dossier to get to the president, and nobody will stop me. I will tell you today. I will always remind you. Y'all take me for a joke. The 2028 election in America depended on the election 2029. I always say now, putting my pieces together. The fire for finance joke. Gafwan, $10 million mansion came in 4 years. Where they took it from? And the Lion ECOWAS, they said that ECOWAS something. So Guinea put money there, Sierra Leone put money there in a Mana River or whatsoever something. Guinea, part of the Mana River Union. You think Dumoya put money in that mansion? So tomorrow when government change here, Umoho Gafwan, you see what I said something. I said something when at the Jamaican resort. When CDC was telling me, oh, bring my Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to justice. I tell President George Weah, I said, listen to me, my brother. Don't bring nobody to justice. You the president of the republic. No excuse. Start from here now and govern this country. He listened to me. And we've got people read the Liberian Constitution. You cannot bring former president to justice. Please, I told you people. The first target was George Weah. Or not nobody. Or not Samuel Tuwe. But somebody now tell them, constitutional lawyer said, no, you cannot bring a former president to justice because George Weah never brought your president to justice. Not in the clause of the Constitution. I get to the Jamaican resort. They don't know that story. You cannot bring former president to justice. I don't know how they amend that 1986 Constitution. I know how until they made new law. But the whole Unity Party dream was to bring George Weah, to disgrace George Weah to the international community that was attacking. When I Samuel Tuwe, after they couldn't do it, constitutional lawyer they say, no, you cannot bring no former president to justice. That how they went for Samuel Tuwe. Why they couldn't go for Maggie because Maggie as senator. And Maggie couldn't have won that election in Magibi to be dragging Maggie Samuel Tuwe to justice. The people on desperate wish home. Now, when the government changed him to should come for all of them, and the new thing they want to set in the Republic of Liberia, that the new thing, then we can all play that game. The how the king with that asset recovery story. Oh, because the year of Fina Bono, this and that, the other people will seize asset. They will start going to Clan Marie. We are all that nonsense they're going. Now knowing they're buying massive property than anybody else in the country. I told you, we'll take independent journalists around. Liberia, if you see these people property, they're paying 2 years' time. It will baffle you people. Cool out for fun and they go see that duplex. Emo 2 from the oil refinery. They get multi-million-dollar horse name now. Horses name now. All over the country. The police director. That's why I told you people. So that's why I said 2029 either make Liberia or break Liberia. Please, I'm not joking. I'm putting my dossier then together. And it will be a secret dossier. Nobody, only the president will see it. Nobody will leak that dossier. I will tell the former president what to do, how to win the general election. Nobody will see that election. If a Republican win, I always say it, because it was through the Democrat they cheated the election in Liberia. And the Democrat cheated the election, they play that game.
I beg you, let's focus on our Liberian Sonny and Sonny. But like you say,
Okay.
I want to agree with you, as you saying, and we'll continue to tell our people, my people, the Unity Party government had already found Samuel Tuah guilty. They already brought him down guilty. Samuel Tuah was never free by the Unity Party government. It was peer of his own. Because the thing is, the people, look, now we used to, when I was coming up, they said that there were 3 branches of government, right? We have the executive, the judiciary, the legislative branch. All of these people, they have their own responsibility. But right now, under Joseph Numa Boyka, we don't have no 3 branches of government again. We have one. And that one branch is the executive, which Joseph Numa Boyka control. Because in the mind of this old man, he believed that whatever he says, the rest of the other 2 branches must say yes, sir, to him. They must bow down to him. And that's how Joseph Numa Boyka wants to lead this. In the mind of Joseph Numa Boyka from the very beginning, when this man took over, he said his mission was to destroy the CDC. That's Boyka's mission. No, Boyka's mission is not to develop Liberia. Boyka's mission is not to give you job. The mission of Joseph Numa Boyka is not to ensure that our people live a better life. The mission is to ensure that the CDC is destroyed, because the CDC is that only political party that is able to give the common man relevance, that can make the common man to question the so-called political elites. It is that CDC that was able to ensure that a common man who came from Gibraltar, the man who may be by nomenclature, by name, or maybe by status, is not even supposed to be how you call a husband or even a president. It was the CDC that opened the doors. Look, let me tell you something, my people. This is the reason why we'll continue to support the CDC. We will continue to support the CDC. This is the reason why we stand by the CDC. Because the CDC is not just, a party, a political party. It's a revolution. Look, I always say this. These guys are fighting to break down that particular party because they believe that when you look at that party, it's a reflection of the common people. They're where the common people find hope. They're where the common people find themselves. They're where they can be able to feel that they are people. They are part of the society. That's why you see they will classify people who believe in President Weah ideology, people who associate with him, people who are part of the party as grown-up ball party. That's why they will tell you grown-up balls. Oh, there are many people there. They are so high-headed, they are so this, they are so that. Because they know that the only institution over the period, since our establishment as a political system, since 1822, the only party that have stood up to the so-called political elites are the CDC.
Yes, yes.
All the other parties bow down to the wings and caprices of the political elites. All of the other parties. I say yes. I say all of the other political party that was established before the CDC, they bow down to the wings and caprices, because some of them who wanted to be very agile, some of them who stood up and said, "We'll not bow down." Guess what happened? They subdued them. Some of them they put heavy crown on them. Some of them, they were able to molest them to the extent that those parties disappear in thin air. They did not see them. At the end of the day, some of their strong men who were part of those parties went to somebody and said, "Chiaka, you forgave us." And they became part of the system. But the CDC and those who support the CDC has never bowed down. My brother Fode passed away. Thank you so much joining us there from Nimba County. Has never bowed down. So it is a fight against a particular generation. These guys want to wipe us out. These guys want to humiliate us. They want to, to get rid of us. That's what they want to do. Why you think when they broke down the party headquarters, you saw D-Flow, who is the deputy director for, ELBC. He went there and said, "Yeah, mission accomplished." They said mission accomplished. The man is on record. They said mission accomplished. Why you think they did not listen to the court? Why the case stay in court? Who do they carry machine? They say they're going to break down place. CDC, you're turning the people place over. Why the case has not even been adjudicated? It's staying in the Supreme Court. Because these people want to break down everything that we identify ourselves with. It was not about Samuel Tue, like Jake is saying. It was about His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. All those other people that you see in the court, how many of them on sanction? How many of them have been consistently accused of stealing money, taking money, putting it in pickup truck, carry it to West Point, carry it to Newtown, carry this, that, and go share it? No, I remember in Liberia, under the government of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the former central bank governor, Mills Jones, when Mills Jones was giving loan to people all around the place, including Gio Dawson and all you were giving loan to, they did not see it as a crime. You know what they said? Empowering the people, giving the people an opportunity, allowing the people to have access to the resources. These belly goats, they were defending that act. They were defending it. They said, oh, Mills Jones did not do anything bad. In fact, Mills Jones should be celebrated and the rest of it. But when President Weah gave almost about $3 million to the bank and said, people who want to take money, y'all go to the bank, y'all go take money. You know what they said? That wastefulness. The country has money. When President Weah called people, you know, I saw one of the musicians. He was on one of these shows. And the guy said, I was taking pay. I used to get small thing from the Ministry of Gender. And Zigo asked him, are you working? He said, no, I wasn't working, but you know, I used to get some small thing from the government. And there are people who reign with it. So you see people are not paying. Look, that brother don't even know that his act was also part of tourism. He was encouraging other people to the Liberian art and culture. He didn't even know that he was part of the system. Today, guess what? The government of Liberia is not paying bloggers. They see it as a crime. They are paying, and the last time they called bloggers to tell you that, look, this government is desperate. They want to control the narrative, but you lie. You can't control the narrative. It lost from your hands. So they organize something. They're training, how you call it, training people who on Facebook, they're training content creator.
Yeah.
My people,
content creator.
Buy yourself. Why must you people sell yourself so cheap to this particular devilish regime? So you have no independence. They will tell you what to do. You know, one of the things that I really thank God for, and that's what I'm always proud of, some of us were taught morals. One of these people reached out to me. That was some time ago. Reached out to me and said, Prince, I want us to use our platform for us to be able to broadcast our show anytime we are on. You know, we use Connect Us and other things. Every month we give you this amount. And the person said, you don't have to say it now. Just go and think about it, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. And after I didn't rush myself. I waited after 3-4 days. The person called back. He said, man, what you say? So I told him, I said, no, it's okay. Oh, my man, please. I told him, I said, no, it's okay. I don't do that. And that is not what this platform is meant for. It's meant to be independent. I know you are giving me money. I like the money. I'm here. That would be, but no, I will not. So what I'm saying,
party.
You know, I don't want to, but I don't want to.
Please stop getting here.
The thing
let me say something today. Let me put a ball in also. Pray. We're not here for joke. We're not here for joke. Sure. It could be another setup on you. Pray. Let me tell you something. It could be another setup. You see, let me tell you something. Let me say something here quick to the follower that will remember it. You know what destroyed Henry Costa? Although he was seeking CDC, you remember Henry Costa was doing business with the late Dr. Kiase?
Yeah.
He did business with the late Dr. Kiase. When he took that money, Dr. Kiase was paying him. The commies then were paying him. You see, he was flip-flop. Now we were on the Unity Party side, spraying all that gibberish and propaganda and lies. Now, not working with Dr. Kiase, working with commies. You know when well with these Unity Party people, the people that the broker you are working with, you want to bring to power, but you are still working with Dr. Kiase until everybody get to know now you got angry one day. So please be very careful. This guy, you see some people acting like the independent, no, that set on their own, that strictly set on their own. because they know you're making a lot of waves now around the world, especially in Liberia and all outside of Liberia. If that the United Party, we put a ball, we call that name. We call that name. Because you already play a legion. You play a legion to the country one, but your party is CDC. They will come in all kind of demon form to come set up. I so set up. So set up. That me, I will call her name. I told you no money can buy. Listen, well, Princess on King's FM. One of the biggest radio stations now in Liberia, one of the biggest voices. So you open you go to your closing argument, or you go to your reloaded in. Prince, let me tell you, I said the narrative have shifted.
Sure.
That lie cannot be. That like gibberish is spread. The gibberish is spread. Let me say, I will tell the father what the phone is in your hand now. And when you get internet, you can search anything you want to search. Anything. Any lies the Unity Party put up will go ahead of them. I already heard of them yesterday in Nairobi, Kenya. I found a lot of news in Nairobi, different podcasts. I know what they meeting that African forum, that African, they say moving African Power, where Ruto made all these leaders to go to Africa. I know the reason why Ruto did that thing. Ruto be all of them in the country. Let me break it down quick. You see, African leader will still be dumb, especially our president Joseph Nyimam Boyka. You know what Ruto did to the Mala Bio all of them? What do you call African? Besides African Union, what be here or African whatsoever OAU? What be now here African Forward? African Forward for what? Ruto is on the spray. Ruto is looking for money. Ruto went to America. You can still remember last year when Joe Biden was in power. He invited Macron to the plane. What Macron got to do with English country? Let's see. He wanted billions. They asked Macron for billions of dollars. Why was the president when he said he met Macron in America, in France? Macron there now you cannot meet Macron. All the thing Macron promised you, Macron cannot send it to Liberia. Then Macron is giving billions of dollars now to Ruto. Ruto lost all these guys in Nairobi because he played on all of them. They had a state, Macron came in Nairobi for state visit. No other flew on the plane with Macron. So business people, followers, anything I say here, you can do your own research. Otherwise, we don't push propaganda. We don't do research before we come on this platform. Macron flew with so business executive, that business millionaire from France. He flew with them in Nairobi to invest in the continent, to invest in Nairobi, to invest. Ruto asking for billions of dollars. What our president there when they take picture, people are not coming back to Liberia. The Macron will promise you in France. Well, we get no result here. When I tell you these guys have been blackballed, the Unity Party that low IQ people, low quoting people.
You know, my brother Jake, let me just put this out. Maybe people don't know. Joseph Nyimam Boyka has always been somebody who wants to present himself like he is in the picture.
Yes, now.
A rough on him. Do you know that there was a recent program called the Regional Cooperation and Development ECOWAS program that was held in Ghana? Yeah, about a week ago. Joseph Nyimam Boyka did not go for that program. No, he did not go for that program. It was in Ghana. Now let me bring you the stuff. He did not go for that program. Joseph Nyimam Boyka was absent from that particular program. Yeah, right here in Ghana, right here. Let me bring you this for you to see.
Ruto go pay for money, then he lost all of you to go to Nairobi. Kenya desperate now. Ruto looking for money. Heavy inflation in Kenya. Heavy inflation in Kenya. No job. Nothing. Kenya is sinking too. He lost all of them in banking Macron for billions of dollars. Then you are on a president. You going where Nairobi will get you? Can say African Forward. African Forward my foot. You don't live in a continent you going to you went to Ethiopia again to establish defense agreement. Then you go to Ruto. Come in the Western world. I dare you, the big more you Unity Party people get, all the connection you people have. When I tell you you've been black boy, it's not a joke. It's going to 3 years now. 3 years. 60 years will take from Europe here. 60 years will take from the Arab war. Low IQ people. Then what they are causing the other group of people? You say they dumb. Now we finishing the real dumbing people in the Republic of Liberia, the group of the Unity people. All of them. Low. Wait, more Ali that water and so on. What is happening for water and so on in the Republic of Liberia? Water all over the country now. They finish conducting the whole country now. They finish conducting Moserado County.
For where?
The 17th district.
For where, my brother? Where?
So last. Where am I 12 now? Where am I 12? Who they are lie? All of you're operating from the handbook of George Weah. All the leftover things that you're doing, you got big boy in the corridor. You're used all your suit to lie in the country because I have a gullible society. Let your hair go side now, digging gold now. Yeah, your hair go side. What was say you'll be singing up political people tomorrow? Then you can run to a senator now. If you say get the numbers, these guys last in the corridor. The only thing fighting is the fight for to get gold lesson. The men are told the Liberian people you get billions dollars, you get billionaire. Why you can bring a billionaire to Joseph Walker?
Here is it. Here's the program. Here's the program. Yeah. Here's the program. NCA hosts this particular program. It's called ECOWAS roaming meeting to advance regional connectivity. On the 27th, Accra, on the 27th of April 2026, Ghana, through the National Commissioner Authority NACP, is hosting a Tripartite ECOWAS roaming meeting at the NACP Town Hall in Accra from the 27th to the 30th of April. The meeting brings together telecommunication, regional and mobile network operation from Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone to advance and implementation of the ECOWAS free roaming initiative and to facilitate the signing of bilateral memorandum of understanding and etc. Let me go here, and then on the side they had what we call the ECOWAS cooperation meeting. So let's go to the ECOWAS cooperation meeting so that our people can be able to see. Liberia was nowhere around it. Nowhere around. What the people were talking about, regional security in Africa. They were talking about the issue of healthcare. They were talking about the issue of development and etc. Liberia was nowhere around. Nowhere. Liberia was never around. Let me get this here.
They flew way to Nairobi.
Yeah, but they went to Nairobi. Nairobi, they went.
Flew way to Nairobi to make for Ruto to get billions of dollars. Then why you coming back with shishi? Travel. All the big money out there.
I will definitely open it. I will definitely open this. I don't know the link.
Oh, they are lack of the country. Like you know the country. You get connection in the West world. No, I've never seen you in Europe yet.
So we want to be careful not to open this link on here because of some other reason. I don't know. I'm trying to open. I want to put it somewhere, but I'm not opening it here. So what I'm saying is that ECOWAS is having series of meetings around the place in Ghana, in different countries. Joseph Newman Boy, can you care about that? This recent time, that old man collected huge millions of Liberian dollars, some thousands of US dollars, put it here in US so that he will be able to project a picture that he is doing where he can for peace conference. He said he can for peace. You understand? He said he can for peace and war. At the end of the day, look at what is happening in Liberia. You say you come for peace and war. You even resemble peace. You are nothing near peace. The country is in a complete disarray. You do not respect the rule of law. Your own law that you make, your own law that you're supposed to protect, you are not even protecting it. Today, we have people roaming in jail. They stay behind bar against what we call international laws. But then you say you're coming for peace and war in America here. You see, these are all disgrace. Look, this government, as you always said, my brother, they are blackballed. And who blackballed the government? That the government himself. Look at the recent MCC report. Do you know that the MCC report is out? Yes. 2026 MCC report. Don't believe me. Look at the MCC report, what the MCC report is saying about Liberia. Again, the rule of law, Liberia fail. Government effectiveness, good governance, Liberia fail again under Joseph Numa Boyka. No, don't believe me. The records are here. We display these records. So you see, you have a government that only interested in seeing how best they can be able to subdue people to say yes, sir, to them. You have a government that is only interested in disrespecting the rule of law. You have people who do not have no regard for the rule of law. And you say that, you say, we must celebrate. Celebrate what? You have damaged this man's character. You have damaged him. There is nothing you can do to be able to repair it. The only thing that we are grateful of is that the ordinary people are now seeing the lies that were told by this particular government.
Yes.
Look at Baron, one of the representative candidates in district number 8. He is now confessing after our sister Martina confessed, and many others have confessed that they were being used by this particular regime.
Or the Baron guy?
Yeah, Baron.
He represented, or he wanted to be represented?
He want to be his own aspirant. He want to be a representative.
He will not win.
Baron is now saying that they were being used by the Unity Party to lie against individuals, to even post sanction on people, to lie.
When he Unity Party or he CDC? I mean, he independent.
No. He affiliated with the Unity Party. You know,
he win. He will not win.
And he said it. He said this government that is now in power used them to lie. Use them to be able to lie to the international community to put some of these people on sanction. But today the facts are coming up. And that's the reason why I continue to say to you, seditions, do not believe these people. When you see people like Stanton then jumping or doing this, doing that, look, these are people that you should not even.
Yeah, that will get almost same sedition. That will get almost sedition.
Their agenda is not to promote you. Lead these people. They are look, if these people are giving $1 today, they will change. If these people are giving their desire, they will change. They will change within a twinkling of an eye. You will not believe it. That's why sometimes when I hear people say, "Oh, you know, the men are good men." No, he is not good. He is not good. The man is angry. It's because he don't get what he was promised, or he has not been given what he was promised. That's why you see him jumping up and down and saying what he is saying. Today or tomorrow, if Joseph is going to give this,
you feel I will say something quick.
That man will be a different creature in the water altogether. The thing I see the boy doing, he's not doing it because he loves the Liberian people. He's not doing it because he wants to see a better Liberia. He is not doing it because he loves you. He is doing it because he understands. He's trying to understand the mind of the people. My brother,
let me say something. Let me emphasize what Prince saying here to the father was here that can father us. The sedition, the we are shame. You don't be gullible. Stanton Akoyi Radio Kigali is a very evil guy. Let me break it down for you. He and Ronnie CNN, they are very evil people. Let me say this. I will go there with them. These are, I know the main plan was to buy all the radio stations in the country to control one narrative. They hire brother Ronnie CNN, that newspaper that in the toilet. Garbage. No, nothing. Nobody buy that print newspaper anymore. Nobody buy in Front Face Africa. Let me say this. I will go there. Spooning. You know what spooning? They are native crew boarding from that southeast. Ronnie C. All of them. They went against that brothers George Weah. I will go there on this. The novice here. I will always say. Some of them just get a clip to him. Let him bring a credential. I can debate that guy. I swear to God, I will destroy your table concerning Liberia. That's because he had medical fraud money and he bought all these radio stations. Nobody knew in America. I told people who brought this guy to the limelight. Who showed him our asphalt garden. If you don't know, way back, nobody knew Spoonie and Marine in America there. Nobody at that time. Nobody. They wanted one narrative to buy all the news, to get all the radio stations, buy all the BP radio stations, all the journalists, and they control one narrative. He marching. He from that southeast. Yeah, Lofi and they get almost 58 Lofi in the government. Yeah, Tomo father then going back to that. They go back to that father. They go back to the tribe they belong to. These are the evil garden that destroyed George Weah. I'll tell CDC, they get Freedom FM, they get Banner FM, they get Voice of Liberia, they get Kings FM. You cannot go watch them. You cannot go to them. You cannot go pay the people that in Liberia delivering the news, but you pay bring your data to go watch the evil garden. Who said they changed? They changed. At Queen said they changed because today they gave what they wanted. They getting what they wanted. That why they bashing the Unity Party. You think that when they have stake within if they have stake within the Unity Party, you think they will talk? Radio Kigali then will talk. I condemn that whole platform because they get more than 20 people on one, about 10 people on one platform. For what reason? 10 people, the narrative, they just he's not in favor of no sedition. He probably get political ambition. He won't be senator or he won't be representative. Let him come and win. Let him come and win. Let him come and Rovia and win. Let him come in the country. They lie in the corridor for years and years, bro. A lot of social, bro, a lot of propagandists and all on a platform. Like Henry Costa, one of the main men used to bring on that platform. All these guys, they destroy all the narrative. Today now, all of them sinking by the wayside. The government they brought to power. They can't even see that Wycliffe now is going against them. Who cares? The United Party not watching. They watch sedition or watching. Now why not baffle me with this with the United? I want to baffle me with this CDC people.
My brother Jake, I want to show this here. This is the MCC report 2026. This is the MCC report. We continue to say to Liberian that Joseph Nyuma Boeka doesn't care about improving people's life. He doesn't care about, employment. He doesn't care about how effective government is. What Joseph Nyuma cares about is receiving his retirement, which he has received, and money going to his, his pension trust that he having. Call it the Joseph Nyuma Boeka Foundation. That all of these people, these autonomous agencies are giving money to. Joseph Nyuma Boeka ain't get time. The man now is living in the air. He has become the air president, going from one place to another while the people are there crying and the people are suffering. While think prices are on the increase. Look at the 2026 report and we'll go down to it. Look at it, 2026 report. Let's go down to some specific area for you to see. Here is it. Look at this that they have here. Look at what they have here. Come here. To employment opportunity. 9%. It continued to dwindle. It continued to go down. Look at employment opportunity. If you compare it to that of the Weah administration, this is by far less employment opportunity. Look there. You see in there? Right here, employment opportunity. Now look at business setup. The score has even decreased. The place that the CDC government was even making progress, it remains the same. The place that we were making progress, or the place that we made progress that were in the green, is still in the green. Those areas that we were making progress to come in green, the government has even carried down. Look at employment opportunity. Even though this government claimed that they get 70,000 people on job, but look their employment opportunity, 9%. Look at business setup. You are denying Liberians of businesses. Over the few days, I saw the vice president saying Liberian must be giving opportunity. Will not allow other people to come take Liberian opportunity. I laugh. I laugh at the vice president. When you are denying Liberians of opportunity to even work in those different manufacturing companies, to the extent that you're giving, how you call payment to people to come cook, people who cooking in these construction companies, only because maybe the men from India or the men from how you call Bangladesh or the men from wherever place they are from, so they come and serve as even cook. They come and serve as gas station attendants and all. You giving a document. You denying Liberians. Positions that should be exclusively for Liberians in some of these companies. You denying Liberian. You can't say that and say, we must give Liberian opportunity and this. Now look at the records. Here are the records. Let's go down to this particular record. Come here. To where you have workforce development. Nothing. Where you have natural resources protection. You see that? This government is not even protecting the resources of the people. No. The government is not protecting the resources of the people. The government is after her own. There's the reason why you see construction company even get time for us. They get time for the people. Our people working in unsafe condition. Look here. Look at where you get girls' primary education completing rate. is very poor, 25%. Look at child health. You are seeing it there. Look at the child health. You seeing it there? Look at government effectiveness. Look at the rule of law. These are not things that we are making up. This is not my school. I got nothing to do with it. Say, oh yeah, the people go finger, they go finger. This is the records from the Unity Party government. These were the records that yesterday they used and said President Weah was incompetent. But look at now what is happening. Look at what is happening. Government effectiveness. This to tell you that this government is very ineffective. Look at the rule of law. So are they lying? Look at what is happening in Liberia now with the Liberian government, where you have police officers discharging weapons on innocent people. You know, I said something, and I want to say it here. Under the government of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, my brother Jake, maybe you remember that. In Red Light, they used to have some guys there. I mean, a criminal gang.
Well, no, go Zoom. I know about it.
Yeah, living or higher. The men used to be there called them living or higher. They make broad daylight. I mean, in the broad daylight, they men when you see that you get small money, you get some kind of value, they got them with just come in group. What a police depot. Then you want to know. They will just collect you, they come around you, take their hand, put it in their pocket, and they take whatever they get on you. Everything they will take it from on you. Police will not do anything. That thing happened for a very long period of time, for almost a year or two. The people complain to police. In fact, that's the reason why they even put a police station around there, right in Red Light. The people complain, the police guy not do nothing. To the extent that people got angry one day. If people say this thing here, it will stop. Citizens decided to take law into their own hand, which was completely unorthodox because we don't promote mob justice or mob justice, but mob violence on this particular platform. The citizens got angry. They guys, then some of them, those who could take cutlasses, stake, whatever thing, they went and they chased after these disadvantaged youth or these criminals. It caused life to be lost in that place. There were properties that were destroyed. The civilian have to do what was unorthodox before that thing stopped, before that relay to some extent is ceased. Under this government again, another group have just arrived. They call them the butt naked group. For them, they're targeting women. When they see you get value on you, you wear your clothes, then at the end of the day, they naked you. Under the same Unity Party government. They see Unity Party government, another group has emerged again. I don't know what, when it comes to this particular government, that they don't have regard for the rule of law. They don't protect our people. I don't know why. It's always under the Unity Party government that criminals will get the bold face to do anything they want to do.
Yes.
I don't know why these things are happening. I don't know. The Unity Party government have made our country to be very fearful to the extent that people are now even afraid. Somebody will be going to say, oh, man, you got to take your phone, you put it here. To the extent people are now wearing 3-4 jeans trousers only because they want to protect their phones or they want to protect.
Wait, let me break something down quick to tell these people what you said is reality. That fast here, followers. The first early injunctions, they always in line with criminal, that reality. Let me just make it simple. You remember when Jefferson Kochi was the mayor?
Yeah.
Patrick Suru, Liberian, you listen, the videos are also out there. You can see such a video. There were a lot of ghettos were only harassing, a lot of ghettos. Patrick Suru decided to shut all the ghetto down in the country. He took serious time. But you know what happened? You remember the Unity Party start flaking it, spoon turners, all flaking it. Police will clear down with the criminals in the country. You can say, remember vividly.
Sure. Yeah. The
videos are there, Father. We're breaking things out for you. We told you on this platform, we don't preach propaganda. With a real live video, you can search your own video. The key for Patrick Suru, Jefferson Kochi, they are not time. Go take time with this so drugs cut. That drugs beginning where all of them get armed in the community. Fearful. There were no go zone. Patrick Suru got to crack down. The same Unity Party, all that podcast today, they're sorry kidding on social media all over when I spoon talk. They are always in bed with the criminals. They are always in bed with the criminals. So now they come to power or they in power, the guys are emboldened to do anything within the country. Let me tell you, like what today you're seeing just on the rampage. All our lies were lying. Let me tell you now, just increased than before. They were all that just situation in the country. What brought the phrase Zoko? That taught Zoko. Z-O-G-O. It's a unity party. On our watch, we knew about drugs. That the phrase. Church and were continuing this thing, they were lying all in the corridor, just on the rising, just on rampant now than before. Half a quarter of million Liberians taking drugs in every corner of that country. How many DA they have changed down? Leaders they have changed more than 3 to 4 different ones. That so-called blood they were doing in the country, no for drugs. Where you going? You say other than silent now. You don't even see their video where the president even talking about the DA people should take time. President Baka sending some video. The videos are there. They are always in bed. When Jeremiah Poon and Prince man they put in Nimakan, they lie in the country that Georgia were breaking drugs in the country. There are more youth are taking drugs more than before. More than before, the drugs coming through the Sierra Leone border. Coming through the Sierra Leone border. Why they lie like that? They lie in the corridor. That's why I told you people, we don't preach propaganda here. We relay video. And the reality, like the facts. They can have a criminal. They don't have a. Oh no, Ellie Johnson said it. They've seen rarely used to be no-go zone. Years and years, just finish forgetting. Until one day the citizen was serious, she got angry. Then I can still remember the director of operation for police or this A.B. Kroma. A.B. Kroma and other group of guys in, they put really under control. That the facts. Really under anyone, no-go zone. Nobody used to go there. Certain hours, now the reality. That's a reality. They always in bed with drugs people, they always in bed with criminals. That's why you see in the country, they're down now. So these are the video we played this video before. Patrick Suru. They cracked down on all the Zoko, all the gangsters in the country that was selling drugs in the country. They sponsor all of them came against the government at that time. Media institution there was spreading gibberish. Oh, Patrick Suru they're cracking down. Yeah, now.
When they kill
Killing people.
they said the police have no business of going
Destroying
to
brother,
exchange fire and all of that. That was very wrong.
These
These are the same people again allegedly causing problem.
Let us play it for them. I remember in that Douala market.
Yeah, play it.
Coming a no-go zone. The police decided, like you said,
yeah, sure.
Ghettos to raid ghetto. These were the same people that were on Facebook. They go on different media. They pay press people. They say, "Oh, the government cracking down on people."
Yeah.
They condemn the police for doing just that. Let me play it. Maybe some of you have forgotten. Let's go so we can play it here.
Yes, we're telling yet. We don't joke yet.
Thank you very much.
Relay video.
Thank you very much.
Now, what this platform, one of the platform you will ever see. All the other platforms are liars and they don't read.
So let's play this. Let's play this.
Here is the video.
There's the video. I want you to listen. It's about a
Thank
you very much. I think last November, on November 23rd, there was an incident at the Douala Kuwait market where police went to the high out of these guys called Zogo, and they were attacked. Regrettably, some of you who are journalists and other Liberians went against the police. They said the police have no business of going to these people for them to exchange fire and all of that. That was very wrong. These are the same people again allegedly causing problem for us. So we are appealing to the public to give us a chance to do our work. For every time we go after the guy, the public come after us. When they go wrong, then the public come to us. So you got to give us work to do, give us a chance to do our work. Effective as of today's date.
Now, my brother Jake, people listening to this, here is it. These were the same old people that today in government that pay journalists. They were all on Facebook going against the police. When they were being terrorized and the police decided to form what we call a very crack team to go after these people. These were the people who were condemning the police. Oh, police this, oh, police that. Thank God that you're listening to it. They were using different media institutions to bash at the police. Today, as we speak now, drugs is all over the place. Today, as we speak, the ghettos have increased in our country. Today now, as we speak, crime is on the increase.
Yes.
These themselves are committing the crime. Here's the video right here. The things that these people condemned yesterday, they say, oh, it will not happen on our watch. On our watch, the country will not be like this. Hey, the country will not be
But I
like
tell these
this.
people,
Like this. Here is it, where we are today. This is where we are.
like while I tell these people, your like birth of all nation. Let me tell you, any platform you people go on, I'll tell you, I said, this is the funniest platform. This is the funniest platform. You know why this is the funniest platform? You see, when I was seeing it, Prince played a video with Patrick Sule and Jefferson Kochi. They sitting and said, you saw the video. Majority of the platform you guys follow, you know what I'm going to do to them? You said, no, you just don't start talking. We're comparing to government. Let's see, Liberian. This is comparing, and the comparison we're making. We're comparing the Unity Party 12 years, plus the 3 years they own now with George Bush's 4 year COVID. Let's say 4 year COVID. Let me just say here. This is comparison. So anytime, you know what, they can't stand the debate anymore. They will call, you see why the information ministry, the ministry there, or the minister they causing, because they can't stand the debate. George, we're now waiting to come to power. It already became president. We know what he did in the country. So there's not a propaganda. No more, no. Now like say commies waiting, you're fighting for commies to come. You will laugh for commies. Well, commies said if you not take salary, all they want are garbage. Then why is school the most expensive school in Liberia? So that when you're not even candy. And they see lies, they were lying, but Puaka, he get all the connection. They come to power now 3 years, they can't even shake. They have been blackballed. I just say it. They will come to me one day and say, but why you always say this? I will break it down for them until they change, until he found certain way to change. He got to unify the country. The same way. The peaceful men, you think the young nation, they were stupid? They spend billions of dollars to secure that peace. Then you are 82 years old man. Then you sinking the country down. Nobody will invest in the Republic of Liberia. But Joseph Bakan again, tell it clear. And you haven't capped the meeting upon capping the meeting. No. If the same way Georgia led the country peacefully, unification, all these things, yes, probably somebody will gamble that money in the country. But the way you rule in the country, you wish hunting your political opponent. I told you, you have been blackballed. We get eyeball all in Washington, D.C. We get people in places that planted in places that you can never make shishi. You will come to me one day, say, one guy used to say the thing from the first day we came to power. 3 years now. You have been blackballed. I want radio in Liberia. I told you, you're stubborn and for cow. You don't hear. How a door Unity Party? 3 days I want to make the Western world angry. I told them one biggest mistake they made, I will bring it back again. Maybe somebody watching it here now. They brought one Georgia senator, Raphael Warnock, from America. They paraded in Monrovia and Executive Mansion. Boy, Unity Party green gun on him. Why one not came for that visit? I always tell people, The person that invited Raphael Warner to the executive mansion, Joseph Baga need to sack that person. And the wrong move you made. You're not even know steady who is Warner. Dummy people. Democrat not ruling the country, but you're a real Democrat senator. You know who is he? You're not even going, you can't even do your study because you won't get name in the country. Oh, when the senator come from America, no, the guy senator was his senator. Dummy, low quitting people. You're parading at CDC. CDC is smarter than you people. Now, what job was delivered in the country, but you're last in the corridor, you won't get in change. But you're going to watch up a job at 2.0. 2.0, you're going to watch up, and nothing will stop it from 2.0. Nothing will stop it. Prince, these guys have been blackballed. I'm just telling you. They can carry everywhere. Going to 4 years now. Judah coming now. We get May, Judah are winning season. They have been blackballed. The president have traveled, having cabinet meeting upon the highest cabinet meeting ever in the history of Liberia. But the president get where to do now. So when all that have meeting for them to dream, to dream. How did they be having cabinet meeting, no result? He now had what 20 cabinet meetings. They think I'm any weak man. The women are working.
The thing is, my brother, let me tell you something. These regular cabinet meetings that you are seeing is called because of the level of frustration that Boyka is having. It's called because of the failure. It's called because of the deep rift that is happening. And there is something I want to say here on this platform. Look, there is a deep fight. We always say it. And today I want to tell you. The Unity Party guys are not comfortable with Jeremiah Kun. Jeremiah Kun has been able to talk to how you call Prince Moi of running with him in the 2029 election. The Unity Party
So
guy
they lose beaten.
The Unity Party guy feels that Prince Moi came from, an independent initiative. It was an independent, his own people who promoted him to that extent.
Now it's not breaking news. You made to change the ticket.
I am telling you, my brother. Initially, it was with Yombli Kanga Lawrence. But the thing with Yombli Kanga Lawrence, with the Liberty Party of Yombli Kanga Lawrence, the guys are very adamant. They feel that it is their entitlement. They feel that it must be them. So because of this,
wow.
two hard-headed people, they can't just, agree.
And Prince Moi from Bon County?
Yeah, he is from Bon County. So what is happening now is that Jeremiah Kun, who initially felt that he was going to have maybe a good time or an easy ride with the Liberty Party along with the Yombli Kanga Lawrence factor, is becoming now difficult. It's becoming now very tough because Yombli Kanga Lawrence is seeing it that Joseph Newman Boyka is more leaning to how you call Jeremiah Kun instead of leaning to her. Because initially, according to her, she compromised that particular position for how you call himself for Jeremiah Kun.
Jeremiah Kun. Yes.
The agreement they had. The first time, according to her, she said that it was because of her compromising her interest that what led Jeremiah Kun there, with the hope that Joseph Newman Boyka was going to give up some level of relevance. As a pro tempore. But unfortunately, Boyka has kicked her on the side. So because of this now, you see what Yombli Kanga Lawrence is doing now is trying to build up a base. And that is becoming very difficult. Let me give you this story about George Solo. May his soul rest in peace. But I'm going to say it here today. I just want to pick
Say it, brother.
The position that he was called to, Darius DeLong is the chairman on Foreign Affairs in the House.
Foreign Affairs, yes. Yes.
The Liberty Party of Madam Yombli Kanga Lawrence has been giving some very exclusive slots when it comes to the international uncertain ambassadorial position. Has been given that particular slot. When the late George Solo was called, it was the late Minister for Presidential Affairs, Grispe, that push him. So that the late Grispe picking down and say, look, I'm a man and stuff like that. When George Solo the late went to Liberia, and when he was called, that particular position, he was nominated for, an ambassador in Italy. The Unity Party refused and said, Mr. Boyka, this is our slot. This is what we were given. So if anybody will come and take over that particular position, it must be with our acquiescence. We must be able to approve of it. We must be in the know of it. We must be able to give that green light. So there was this particular, a shaking with the position or with the confirmation of the late George Solo. Darius DeLong and other Unity.
They stop it.
They stop it.
Liberty Party. Yeah, you know why they stop it? During the CDC time, when he was on the CDC side, he used to be insulting Nyomli Kanka for bread and dinner. So they had that beef he had a beef against them. So that's why they step on him.
All the time my brother George Solo was in that particular country. You know what Darius DeLong wanted? Darius DeLong had talked to George Solo to join the Liberty Party. And George Solo didn't want to do it because he wasn't called by the Liberty Party. It was Joseph Newman Boyka that called him. So he saw that as a betrayal. And we'll speak on that. We have text messages that we can't disclose, that people give us information. So they wanted him to join the Liberty Party in order for them to be able to give him that particular slot. And George Solo said that was going to be looking some kind of way, we're not going to be looking fun. After the president, who is a member of the Unity Party, decided to call you, then you go join the Liberty Party. So he just wanted to be as neutral as he was in order for him to get a position. And Darius DeLong and the Liberty Party said, no, you can't, because this is our slot. So if you will be, independent, no problem, be your independent. But we ensure that this is our slot. This will now work for you to be there. They deny him. Darius DeLong is a dangerous species. That's why when people say, oh, what I mean, I can just look at it and say, you don't know who Darius DeLong is. Darius DeLong he was being used to ensure that Jolizo, a well-decorated military man from the U.S.
Yes, not be confirmed.
Do you know how much the government of the United States can spend behind people who are in the security sector, whether be it private or public? Do you know how much? I was looking at something anyway, I will not go there, but do you know how much they spent just on an individual training? For you to reach to that level, a highly decorated military officer at that level, he went to Liberia and was denied. Darius DeLong was the face of the denial, and he boasts of it. Today, he is no more.
Yes.
It's the same Darius DeLong who ensured that George Solo was denied. The same Darius DeLong that you people are seeing today.
Then he no more too. Then he no more too.
We can show you, and today he is no more. Darius DeLong is dangerous. I just laugh. My people, Darius DeLong is a dangerous species.
I see why anybody were going against Darius DeLong.
Look,
let me remind Liberians again. This is a same God. Let me remind this show here. Let me remind you again. This is the same evil God in the corridor. When Prince Johnson, they the one were pushing the war crime code. When Prince Johnson used to come to the Capitol building, because other than that senator, he will just be molesting the old man, will breaking the war crime code, will carry you to jail. All the frustration, it hit the old man. Imagine reminding somebody over and over until Prince Johnson went on a platform. Liberia, the videos are there. He said, Darius DeLong. Darius get away to bullet, he like to bullet people. This is a same guy that say they will never know where rock coming from, where guns coming from. You remember to the president come for the former president, they will not know where rock coming from. Listen to me. When the Nibalan threatened him, he started crying in a legislature. He started crying. Let me tell you, Liberians here. Especially the CDC on my watch here. Darius DeLong is a very cruel guy. He loves power. You see how they sold the Unity Party to them? Bronskis may so he rolled in that grave. How can a Liberty Party that were eyeing the presidency in Liberia, they reduced the main party now to feed up party? They can't even send their own president. They won't send out nobody to be presidential candidate. If the late Bronson were living, youngly know, they don't even know. They will never get alignment with the Unity Party. Because they have video when the late Bronski were accusing Braka of tribal thing. The videos are there. We play that video. He told the Liberian people how Joseph Braka is so divided. He so divided the whole country. He traveled. Yeah. Bronski rolled in that grave. May his soul rest in peace. They take the Liberty Party now to a least party. Even the CMC Liberty Party more than the Liberty Party. They crumble the Liberty Party. The Mela told the Basso people, oh, how the president they say, he's talking a parable. I will beat Dumbo in the executive mansion. Bronson took the election to court. The Liberty Party. He took it to court. Yet the people reduced because of greed. Look at Grand Bassa County. Prince, my mother from that side. Look at that country. Nima better than Grand Bassa. Way bad Liberians. You used to hear about Bassa or the chilling place. Look at now. The power Bassa, Nyomli Kanka, then sit in that country. They say they are Senator bunch of Gafine, the other day in the horse, bunch of poor, bunch of lesser Bassa people. My mother from that side, they better Bassa than nobody here. Look at how Bassa reduced herself to today. Look at that country. What will be the shape or a mover? You get a port of Buchanan. When meters see they're doing all the things. But you get the country, one of the poorest country, because nothing, no roads. That is statement here.
And my brother,
CDC, you gotta be careful with this guy. Anytime the guy want to go with war with CDC, let me tell you today. You think the guy made one statement a few days. He said, until you will come back to power because you have power, you gave it up. Let me tell you, and let me threaten CDC, you want threaten him. He always threaten people, then you're letting to go fly. You know, play that political stupid game on people. He get left to lose too. He burying wealth too. He get children all in America too. If he threaten anybody within the CDC, you want threaten him too. He always bullying people. A reality. He won't focus on the party. He has never done nothing for Monserrado County. He do shit for Monserrado County.
Let me say this here. Darius DeLong is a very dangerous guy that people do not know, but we're exposing.
Yes.
This guy bully, and he showed that Zolizo was bully, and today Zolizo is no more. He did it to Joe Solo.
Yes.
Joe Solo is no more. He said Joe Solo can't take that particular position. He defied the Unity Party. He said, no way. This is our slot. You can't take it and give it to somebody who is not with us. This is what we agree upon. Joe Solo was in that particular country. The boy left from here. He went in that country. He was turning around. He walked around to the extent that he ended up buying what we call Chinese drugs to take. At the end of the day, he lost his life. This Darius DeLong guy, you know, he tried to do this with Cooper Kura. And like you said,
yes.
And the Nima guy know who this guy is. Look,
yes. They don't relate.
He is a beef with this particular vice president because in his mind, he's being used by Yombli Kanga. They believe that the slot that Jeremiah Kun occupy, that Yombli Kanga Lawrence slot right there.
He can't try anybody. He said that the crew people stupid. He can't try anybody.
Let me play this one for you to hear Darius DeLong talking because they did not take it from him. Let's just go here.
Yeah, you're listening. Yeah, you're listening.
And I was allowed to be critical. And I was critical on the issues I stood on this floor almost every session to fight the government to remove Wabodigi from government. I was not anti-Nigerians. I was not anti-foreigners. I was standing on the principle of the law.
You lied. You were anti-Nigerian.
Certain bare minimum legal requirement or qualification cannot occupy government offices.
Look at that lie.
I was jovially referred.
A very big lie. And to just say this small, right?
You
get a Senegalese
Fatima
man who is, you have a Senegalese man who is an ambassador for sports. What that man know about Nigerian sport? But
you condemn me.
He criticized. But let's listen. Let go here. Let's listen to this.
By the time I raised my hand here, the whole Senate full. When CDC led the Senate, but we pushed in line with our oversight for Zorizo, peace be to the artist, to be denied Senate confirmation. No, I want the person who gave me serious, I want to take us seriously. Him designated chair to head LERC, the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission. He was CDCN under a CDC gavel. We led the Senate to reject him. Manapotem, Darlington Kale was nominated by President Weah, a CDCN, under a CDC gavel. Our Senator Taylor, we led that man rejection in the Senate. Yeah, that we were anti-coup people because Samuel Tue and John Weah are coup people. Where is nonsense coming from? Please, Manapote, distinguished colleagues, where is nonsense left thing coming from? That when you speak on governance issue, oversight, then you are supposed to be anti-NIMA. My left is threatened, my left is at risk, because the people who speaking, I know them. Manapotem.
You see it?
Manapotem. Manapotem. The Minister of Public Works must be brought before the Senate. The Minister of Labor. I want to make the case. If it makes sense, okay. If it doesn't, fine. I can live with it. The Minister of Labor did not go to his house to make a wild allegation to the effect that he was nominated by President Joseph Nyeama Boaka to be Minister of Justice. His nomination was formally communicated to the Senate in keeping with the law and the practice, and that our Darius Dillon, as senator, fought his nomination in the Senate until the president was doing. He did not say that in his living room. Madam President Pro Tempore, all of us in the Senate, in our Senate chat room, we have the video. The Minister of Labor, he is angered in our exercise of our oversight responsibility on the work permit issue, went to the government funded, sanctioned press conference at the MICAT, Ministry of Information, where he said on video, live, that Senator Dillon is against the people for NIMA. It's the same way I'm targeting him because the president nominated him. He letter came here and I fought it until the president will do him. In our same press conference at the Ministry of Information, regular weekly press briefing, the Minister of Labor said That's the same target I used to target Senator Queen Johnson. Peace be to her ashes.
Let me just stop this right here, my brother.
Prince, let me come in quick before you end it.
Go ahead.
Prince, now the labor minister in lie. Listen, they get video on this guy. Prince, they get recording on this guy. I think AB Williams gets on the recording. As he say, this is a dangerous species. Let me tell the sedition now. That time is over. The peace lies in the Unity Party. The day Dillon start coming for CDC, you must come for him too. The guys need to lose too. That before he get nothing to lose, you are flamboyant, doing all kind of things. That politics that guy preaching is an evil guy. Let me tell you something. I will break something down to the Liberian people who say, yeah, Jake, you must share to Henry Costa. You know who led the June 7 protest? It's Henry Costa. Let me break something here. Because Henry Costa had too much hatred in belly in his heart. Maybe you will see the video and say, but Jake is real. That guy is right. He led the June 7. Like, let me ask you, when the June 7 last protest was on, that 60 billion was so money. You ever saw Jaden what part of this something seriously? No. Henry Costa campaign this thing. He campaigned this particular thing. The whole June 7, that came to Henry Costa, last and propaganda. They led it, Labrin. He led it. He was eyeing the senator, see what they don't see today. Because Costa never knew the street. Even the smart were book something. They don't use it and became a rah on the Labrin people and became senator. Then was a mayor hustler. He knew about that. He's just a heavy cool guy that know the street, how he play Liberian people today. What he have done for most of the Nibalian people know about him. Let me tell you, even Speaker Kun know about him. Prince Joseph have played video concerning this guy. You think the Nima people are joking? Because I think that happened to Prince Joseph, you see Nima. Listen, the Nibalian they care. Another other tribe in that country. The 58 people that were appointed by Joseph Boakai from the tribalism that is seen, that a political leader, the late Bronson couldn't allow. You see, I want to talk about 58. You know why I'm not talking? Because in whining and dining with Boakai. He in the right hand of Boakai today. There is the same man say you tell the former president, you don't know where the gun coming from. Will soon your car, you bring gun, will bring more guns. These are their own statements. These are their own statements. But he want people in fear that the Nibalian people, that the crew people radical personality that take time. This print, I will tell you here. I will tell you from my heart. A CDC have solved in the 2029 election. You will say one boy used to talking, one Jake used to talking. See this coming from 2027 going forward. That mistake they make, that wish hunting. The country, the whole Republic of Labrador, tell you something. The country is small, we know each other. If the people believe they can put the country back to that days, let Joel sit the side and watch the other people operating. Because of the Unity Party playing. If you are letting, they have that group of bully people. Let me tell you a secret about bully people. People can bully them back. They will go in a corner because they get a span. It's a weak guy, but he portray himself. It's kind of the people in Lima County. When Cooper Crown said that when he went to the hostels, when he went to the Senate to Hala, because he know Cooper Crown not joking. He got like the Nibara don't joke. That one of the tribe in our republic don't joke. You go after them, they go after you. You see what they did? You see what they wanted to do the Yeke Koduba? You see what they wanted to do the Yeke Koduba in our country? They don't, because they just get one instruction, they're ready to act. They don't bury the Liberty Party. They don't threaten the hierarchy of the CDC. George, we are a people who will go after Dillon in every phone now. That go for Dillon. Dillon get a lot of things to lose to. You can criticize, you can do this, but you go personal against the president, the former president, the whole sedition will come after you. I like the free fire for fire. Prince is a very terrible man. Seriously, you're right. All I think he just backslapping people in the Senate, all the confirmation, and I didn't want confirm. You can't name but the amount of people you are listing that they never confirmed because they came from the CDC side. Yet everybody passing through confirmation hearing now. They were even sending listing down to the new government. They were sending listing back. Everything concerning CDC. Because that man was Nigerian. They can say we're not against tribe and lie. You were against anybody. He is a Teshon Prince Johnson, bullet Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson to a tribe man there. You said they don't get me hard time here. So some people wanted to get, you think they get anybody who are waiting to do anything for Prince Johnson at that time. But maybe just let it slap. He's very dangerous. The way he not play politics, stupid way. Stupid way. You don't address the issue. You know, go after person. One person here further in the whole country that A.B. Williams. You don't go near A.B. Williams because A.B. Williams then know him from the Liberty Party. That's how they bury the People Party. You get in on the bridge.
Sure. You know, like we continue to say, people like Darius DeLong must never be trusted in our politics. Never be trusted. He will betray anybody for his own ambition. This Darius DeLong.
But men betray Henry Kosana.
I mean, has he ever talked about, for example, Francis Akila Nyimale?
No.
He stood up to say no. This man has a questionable character. This was the man who threatened that he was going to unalive, and they unalive Tamamomo. Did he stand for Tamamomo? No.
No.
He did not say this is a Liberian. The only crime that this man committed at the time, or the crime that he committed, was being a sedition. He did not go after anybody. Tamamomo was just a sedition. That was his crime, and he was unalive. The only crime that Joshua committed was because he was a sedition. That was the only crime that he committed. And they unalive him. But the people who unalive him today, they are part of the government. They are dining and whining. They are sitting with people like DeLong. They are having fun time. Look, my people, I want to end by saying this. Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said during her regime, corruption was a vampire. It was public enemy. Vampire meaning that corruption will suck the blood, will take away from the people. Today, the vampires are really there today. We are seeing it. We are seeing the vampires. They are now in human form and they are right in front of us. When Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said corruption was a public enemy, we are seeing the public enemy today. Joseph Numa Boyka, who was part of the government, confessed and said that we squander resources. If you squander resources, who are you? You are a corrupt person. And thereby, from that definition of a vampire, you are a vampire. Today, we are seeing Joseph Numa Boyka in his vampire form. This man doesn't care about the people to the extent that he's calling the people dog. He is not calling the people that they are of less value. Look, whether you like it or not, the culture that we come from in our African setting, in our African culture, the kind of place that we come from, people, when they call you dog, is something that is very, very insulting. It's something that a local, it ain't got too much value. It's not like in the Western world where we come from, where dog, dog can even own their country here.
But he made another dog parable again to himself.
Yeah.
He made another shallow dog parable. To that went to himself. I'm saying the video.
Look at these people. They've been given all of the opportunity, but guess what? They are suppressing you and I. They are complete vampire. My people, all we can say is that where we have reached, we should not take our knee from on these people's neck. We should continue to pound them hard. We should continue to expose them. Continue to tell the world of their diabolic act, of how evil they are, how wicked they are. They lie their way to power. And now that they are in power, they are finding it difficult. They lie that President we did not give you job. They lie that, things were tough. Things were this. When we come there, we'll make it easier. Joseph Numa Boyka lied and said that, we'll build hospitals all around the place. We'll give you jobs. You don't have to sell on the street. Today, look at what is happening. These people, we must hold them responsible for the lies that they told. and for what they cannot fulfill, because they said they were going to do it. We are not holding Joseph Numa Boyka for anything extra. All of the things that we are saying are things that he promised.
Mm-hmm.
And we have said the Boyka can lie, all the other people then they can lie. They are a bunch of liars. And liars must be openly confronted. We must be able to hold them to the promises that they made. On this note, my people, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Hopefully, by God's grace, we will be here again, hopefully tomorrow or on Wednesday. Don't forget the page is under the Palava Hut. Let's continue to follow the page. Let's continue to, engage. And thanks the big thanks to each and every one of you for your continuous support. Until we meet again, have yourself a God bless day, my brother Jim. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Always give you the information. Bye from our end.
Yeah, bye-bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.